Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robin, this is Digital Wilds, and welcome back to Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. In the last episode, we broke into the Pirate's Grotto, and this time we're going to be pushing through it and collecting, hopefully, the 5th of the Crystal Stars. Well, I was going to say down we go, but nope, stuck on the pad. Okay. Right, yes, so that's our way out if we need to, but for now we are going to be well below sea level, I would have thought, which would make things interesting. Okay, so here we have the lava bubbles. I hope I have the ice power badge equipped, I can't remember. Yes, I do, and you'll see it does additional damage, which is very helpful. So these guys are not very tough at all, thanks to us in part doing the Pit of 100 Trials bit a couple of episodes ago. So down they go, nice and easy, and I'll be trying to avoid battles as much as possible, really, because we're perfectly leveled up. So if you go up to the top of this prow of this ship, have a quick jump, and that gets us a Shine Sprite, which I think takes us up to 5. The star piece here is quite obvious, but worth getting all the same. And we've got here a spike bed. There are two ways to get across this. One is sideways like this, the other is using Vivian to hide in the ground. I prefer this method because it's slightly quicker and less awkward to control. You do need to be a bit careful though, because they will do damage if they spike you. So through to room 2, and yep, we've got our first, I think it's our first bullet bill cannon. These are basically a good way to grind infinite experience if you want to, although it's not a very, fulfilling way of doing it. Because I think for each battle you only get one, so only really worth doing if you're very late game and need to boost yourself quite desperately. That having been said, we should probably tattle them before we destroy their cannons, so come on Goombella. Right, so before I stomp that into oblivion, let's tattle this bullet bill here. And we know these guys, they've been around since the 80s, but still. HP 2, attack 4, defense 1. They're not particularly tough, but you don't want them to hit you because they will do a decent amount of damage. And here we go, the cannons are the next target. These guys are technically called bill blasters, but, doesn't really affect their function. They can't attack directly, they just spit out new bullet bills for you to take care of, and they have very high defense, as I recall. Oh no, only 2. Huh, maybe I'm misremembering that. But, spin jump should take them down, unless I miss the action command, which is entirely plausible, yes. Might be a good opportunity here to show off some of our partners who we don't get that much use out of, because obviously Mrs. Mouse's slap attack can penetrate through defense, which makes her very handy for taking out these guys. So with those bullet bills gone, this should be quite easy now. Mrs. Mouse can take out the cannon, and then Mario can take out the bullet bill. Lovely, and there we go. Okay, so with them down, that corridor is clear, and next up we've got ourselves, yet another slightly broken rope bridge. Jump slightly carefully there so I don't fall in the water, and we'll see here that there's a gate attached to the chains, as well as the waterfall, all of which will play a part in the puzzles to come. This here requires a crank. We've seen that handle over in the start of the at the start of the dungeon, but can't quite get to it yet. So head over to the right, and we've got a slightly different kind of bubble here. Although I think functionally they're identical. Still another 4 XP, not bad to have, and that gets us ticking up towards, I think, level 16 we'll be heading up to next. We also get some of our flower points back, which is quite handy. Right, so we need a key to head through here. So let's hop up here and see what we can find. There's a Shine Sprite there, which I always thought you got by ground pounding it, but apparently not. You have to use that invisible block and then hammer it. Still another one for our collection, which will be very useful when we get back to Rogueport. Parabuzzy's always a joy, but again, more XP, very nice to have. And now that we've got him out of the way, we'll need to hop over and hit that block. But we can't do that on foot, so we're going to have to make the first use this episode of our new partner. This is Bobbery, and he is very good for hitting switches that are above you and slightly to the side. It's a rather niche skill, but he does it admirably. Yes, go no further or you'll never leave. You know what? We are a RPG protagonist, so we are all about the going further. I wonder if bomb attacks will make these guys explode. I might live to regret this. Yes, it does. It damages everyone on the field. Oh god. Oh dear. My health bar hasn't loaded in yet, so I can't tell how close I am to dying from this. But I mean, I guess it worked. Yeah. Okay. So let's avoid doing that, even if it did get us 9 XP. Oddly, that left all the drops from the battle in one place. Rather strange. So here we got this boat panel. That obviously will be coming in handy soon, for reasons I'm sure you can imagine. I feel like there's some kind of collectible here, but I don't know. Oh well, leave it for now. Instead, head over to this room on the left. Yes, so we've got multiple objectives here, really. We get Coops out to hit this switch. Once we hit it, it shifts the balance between the counterweight and the platform, and we need to use that to get up there and get the switch. Seems easy enough. But generally, you need to be able to get over there before it goes. So the trick is your old Hooktail Castle one of shifting the balance of power, I guess, by waiting. I feel like there is a reward for riding that counterweight up there, so that's what I'm going to attempt to do. So over on top of the box, wait for the timer to run out, and it should lift us up. There we go. Aha, so what's a bit... Yes, it's another shine sprite. Okay, this one's actually well hidden. That's actually quite clever. Well done, game. Anything along here? Oh, there's a... Yep, an open barrel with a star piece in it. We have done very well out of this room. Okay, great. So that key presumably opens the way down in the previous corridor. So we'll head back down. Crack this open with the grotto key. And through here... Oh, good. More Parabuzzies. My favourite. Well, while the Parabuzzies may be annoying, it looks like they've pushed us up into the next level, and we are excited, because this hasn't happened before. I don't think we leveled up at all in the last episode, did we? It was mostly just dialogue. So this level, again, we will be going for BP, because it's just the most versatile thing, and we're not wanting for HP or FP at the moment, so that's 42 BP, and we'll find something to go and spend those points on. Okay, so with all the Parabuzzies cleared out, I'll just collect these coins, and I think if I do a ground pound here, yeah, there's another star piece in here, so we can head over to our badge points menu and see what we can equip. So, Power Bounce is a good standby. It's always useful to be able to deal large amounts of damage in one turn. Fire Drive, quite handy for chapters which are not this one that are full of fire enemies. Heartfinder, likewise, good for the Pit of 100 Trials, but not really that useful here. Damage Dodge might be worth equipping if we were looking at taking large amounts of damage soon. That's one to consider. Pretty Lucky would also be too good. Would also be good because I think it gives a flat 10% dodge chance, which is obviously nice to have. I think, though, yeah, it's hard to resist Power Bounce. It's just too useful having that high damage attack on hand. So here we go. Another Shine Sprite is the first thing up in here. So obviously it coops our way to that, which takes us to a rather nice collection of 8, which means we'll be getting level ups galore when we get back to Rogueport. So again, there's a couple of ways through this spike puzzle, one of which is using Vivian, the other which is using your paper abilities. I, again, prefer the paper abilities, particularly because rolling is faster than walking, so it gets you through there with the minimum of pain. Again, another hidden block here, which gives us another Shine Sprite. This level is absolutely loaded with them. That's 9, so that's 3 partners we can level up when we get back to Rogueport, and hop across these sunken barrels. We've got to get ourselves some bubbles out of the way. I'm going to try and use Bobbery because I know that they are vulnerable to explosions. Getting the timing right on him is quite difficult. You can explode him early, but again, it takes a second. Boom, 6 damage straight off the bat. Okay, we're going to be using Bobbery to take out these guys then. Okay, there we go. Okay, and we got ourselves a blocked entryway here. For some reason, you use Bobbery to blast that open, despite the fact that I don't think he ever gets used for such a purpose again, other than the very specific cracks in walls that are designated bomb spots. So, another cannon corridor here. Okay, that's the first set of cannons down, and now we've got to sneak past a second. Managed to get a first strike in on us there, so that's annoying. You'll see that the bullet bills do explode when they make impact, so it is actually not a bad way to get rid of them if you've got high enough defense that you can just withstand the hits. And time for round 2. These cannons should go down nice and quickly with Mrs. Mouse in tow. So quick multi-bounce to get rid of the first one and chip the other one down to 4, and then she should be able to finish them off with her slap. So, big bombs here. I feel like it's worth taking the hit just to detonate those early so the battle's quick. Okay, that did do 8 damage to Bobbery in the process, so maybe I don't want to overdo it on that front, but nonetheless. Okay, so we've trapped ourselves down here, which means it's it's new ability time. So we've kind of reached the end of the road here. It's just into this sunken ship. And back here you'll see there's a P down, D up, which is good if you like really slow, boring battles where you don't take any damage and don't deal any either. Okay, so we'll have a quick chat with the chest. We know how this deal goes so far. Spare you the prologue and just curse you already. Yep, correct. Already the 4th cursing chest you've met. Yep. I believe the final one as well. So, we know what the key looks like, and the ghosts have got it this time. We don't have to go hunting for it, we just have to defeat these guys. So, nice and easy. Okay, so we got the black key, which mysteriously falls from the ceiling rather than from the enemy. Let's get ourselves cursed. Fools, yes, etc. Bathe in the foul, awful... Wait, what was next? Oh yeah, you fools will be cursed forever for your appalling stupidity. Yep, you watch this video, it's on you. Okay, so we've been cursed, and this time we turn into a boat. And now we can sail the 7 seas without being devoured by chain chomps, which is always nice. And at least the cursed chest guy feels better for getting to do his thing, so we did a good deal. We did a good deed. Anywho, we get an excuse to try out this power straight away, because there's a boat panel here. And to be honest, the boat power is not particularly exciting or special. You just use it to sail across quite small gaps of water and do the odd, very small puzzle. Mostly, it's not very exciting. There's no enemies at sea or anything like that. So, yeah, I doubt you'll be seeing me get much use out of it, to be honest, because it'll mainly be me just skipping to the destination. But nonetheless, it comes in quite handy in this dungeon particularly, and there's a few areas in the sewers in Rogueport where you'll want the boat ability. So it has unlocked a few new things for us. So all the way back to the right, past the spike wall. Careful not to get stabbed along the way. Yep, our first port of call is to head up to the top here. And I think in this top room to the left there was a boat panel. Yep, here we go. So now we got our ability to explore. We will want to sail over the waterfall, but I'm first going to just quickly make sure we haven't missed anything elsewhere in the level. Like all video games with waterfalls in them, there's things hidden behind the waterfall. So if we head back here, we'll find ourselves a hidden pathway. Head over to the right and get off this planing panel, and we'll find ourselves a hidden chest. I can't actually remember what's in here. I presume a badge. Oh yeah, defend plus P. That's quite handy if you are doing a low HP Mario run. You can put one of your partners out front and have them soak up the damage. Anyway, not much up here beyond that, so let's head down the waterfall. Whee! And ultimately we want to go through this gate, but we can't quite do that yet because the gate is down. So our first job is to find the crank, and we know where that is. Let's have a quick sail back to the entrance. Hop off here. And grab the crank from this half-sunken boat here. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's a way to get to the winch handle without having to cross the spike floor again, because we can't unboat, as it were, at the right place. So, just going to have to quickly skip back over this. Okay, and here we are. So, quick hover over here with Yoshi. Pop the crank handle in and give it a turn. And brilliant, we are free, as is that Flotsam and Jetsam. Freaky voice is making noise again. The ghost must be nearby. Okie dokie. And okay, here we go. So we are now in this room, which you may remember from previously. If we head to the right, we'll go into the room with the waves, which we need to cross ultimately. But I can't remember if there's anything to the left, so I'll just do a quick explore over here. So obviously, while the spikes are no longer an issue, we are in danger if we get hit by the waves. They are quite easy to dodge, to be honest. Just stay in the middle of the path and dodge up or down, depending. You do get quite a lot of leeway to see them in advance, so it's, yeah, not the most difficult thing. Although quite a nice paper effect that they've done. Kudos to the designers for that. Okay, and looks like we're past the waves, so that was the only bit of challenge you'll ever face with the boat section done. Oh. So they've spotted us, and yet we found the toads who were shipwrecked. I guess from our original ship. So sail over to them and see what they make of us. Oh, yeah, they think we're pointless because we're made out of paper. So we'll unboat here, and yeah, it's time for some background platforming. And it's quite easy to do. You just have to first go all the way over to the left, and we'll pipe our way out onto the paper plane platform. Hello, old friend. Haven't got to use you in a while. And we've got a couple of places we've got to deplane. Yeah, one is here. So that lets them get part of the way out. And now we do plane section the second. And that again is fairly easy. So box number 2. And that should let the toads hop their way to partial freedom. I feel like this may have been the start of Nintendo's tendency with the later Paper Mario games to just make every character look the same. Except for 2 at the back, who may be familiar from side quests past. So back over to the plane platform, and we'll see if we can fly all the way over to their ship, their wrecked ship. Okay, here we are. So, quick hop across these barrels. Be careful not to fall in the sea. And yeah, there we go. We found the toads, and we've saved the day. They came here looking for the pirate treasure, and... oh, okay, so it's not our ship, it's one of the others. Francesca and Frankie have eloped to Keel Key, the poor things, and they do basically stay here for the rest of the game now. So, no, Don Pianta didn't send us to retrieve them. You have an overinflated sense of your self-importance, Francesca. Yeah, we're after the potential for a crystal star, which I think is understandable. So, if we have a chat to this lone toad up here. It smells so weird down here. Well, you know, where you're standing is quite a good place to be. So, in this next room, the spooky music is playing. I think this is the Twilight Town / Creepy Steeple music as well. And, oh, look who it is. I can't believe you managed to make it here without having any paper plane or paper boat abilities, frankly. But, yeah, we've got the mysterious ex-naut interloper. Crystal Star is inside the pirate ship, and, yeah, we can definitely take him. In fact, I don't know if we've had the chance to get Grimbella to take a look at him. This guy's called Four Eyes. He's one of the sailors who came along to Keelhaul Key. It's the weirdest thing. I feel like I've seen him somewhere before, though. Maybe I'm just nuts. Grr, we know who you are. Anyway, not much else to do here but to head inside the pirate ship and face what awaits us. Yeah, we ignored the warning. Come inside the door and be lost in darkness. Well, I don't really fancy that, but nonetheless, it's what we've got to do. This is a linear game after all. So here we are in Cortez's room. And yep, here's the Pirate King himself. I grow tired of this spooky ooh business. I'm a pirate, blast it. Pirates do not moan. I'm a cold-blooded villain who robs innocents of life and loot, not a crying ghost. And you are after my treasure. This is my ship. What are you doing here? Speak. I'll turn your moustache into a bone polisher, amigo. Yo-ho-ho. So, yep, the battle begins immediately. And, this is quite an interesting battle, because you've got multiple parts to it. So, he has these weapons on him, which he can use to inflict quite serious hurt if you're not careful. So, first things first, we'll have to scan him. And find out that he's got 20 HP, attack 4, defense 1, which is pretty low. But he will respawn when it hits 0, so there's 2 stages to him. Loads of different attacks. Yeah, eventually he'll go down, but each of those weapons does a different effect on Mario, so we want to be a bit careful. If we've got anything... Might as well drop a Thunder Rage to start. Actually, that was a mistake. I should have done that when he had all the weapons out. Nonetheless, might as well multi-bonk him. You can attack the bone pile, but that's spiky, so don't do that with partners. Oh, thanks for the heart. There we go, decent shot against him, and, yeah, power bounce, why not? Can we get an 8? A 9. Impressive. Okay, so that's stage 1 of Cortez down. And paying some attention to the man behind the curtain, yep, he's back to life and has another 20 HP. However, this time, I think I'm going to use my ultimate attack of Ultimate Doom, and let's just finish this off nice and swiftly. So, get an art attack going. 3 damage per hit. Ah, only happens if you go around all of him, I see. This is how they prevent you cheesing the bosses, I guess. They make them really big, so you can only do a few attacks. Still, if we can get 6 or 7 damage out of it, that's not a bad thing. There we go, another 2. Okay, so that wasn't bad. Yep, he's down to 13. And, yeah, another multi-bonk should do good work. Down to 6, and now's the dangerous part, because his attack's going to go up and his weapons are going to come back. So we need to finish this in the next turn, really. This should do the trick. Ah, now, yeah, it's time for stage 3. I forgot there was this one. This is when the weapons all come into their own. Fortunately, he hasn't kept his ability to have his attack increased, and this is when I should have used the Thunder Rage rather than right at the start, because I'm an idiot. Got 2 life shrooms, so I'm alright, but do we have any partners who can attack all enemies at once? I think Vivian can. So yeah, Fiery Jinx. There we go. So that's all weapons down temporarily, as well as Cortez burned. Someone's going to throw, ooh, yep, something at me, and it was one of the Goombas. Little shit. So 14 damage and burned. This shouldn't be too hard to take down. Let's spin jump for now. Okay, so, oh good, we're doing a Hooktail, and gonna eat the souls of the audience again. So Cortez does actually have quite a significant amount of HP compared to the 20 he starts with. Right, is he a ground-based enemy? Can he be hit by Mrs. Mouse? No. Okay, that's a problem. Okay then, classic Goombella will do the job. So we're now out of FP, which is rather a problem. Still, only 11 HP remaining, should be fine. Does 4 HP attack with his bite, but as long as that's the only attack he's pulling, you'll be alright. The other weapons are where the problems lie. But I'm thinking we probably should be able to just finish him on this turn. Or at least possibly the next one. So we'll give that a try. I'm going to take down the hook, though, because that does poison damage, and I don't really want to be dealing with that. See, they're very low damage attacks, really. Might be about to lose Goombella here if I can't guard this successfully. Oh no, apparently I can. Yeah, so we're looking a little bit on the damage side, but nothing we shouldn't be able to handle in the next turn. The burn is now over, but no problem. Attack from Mario and Goombella should do the job. Yeah, 1 HP remaining, but that's not an issue. And down goes the Dread Pirate King, stomped to death by a plumber and a Goomba. Okay, so Cortez is down. Obviously, Cortez is a ghost, so will be coming back eventually, but is now tiny, 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 tiny. Yeah, so obviously he's a ghost, so could just come back and keep fighting us forever as long as the treasure is dealt with. But we tell him we only want the crystal star.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Didn't particularly like it anyway, so that was all a misunderstanding. So thanks, Cortez. You're not so bad a guy. And with that, we get the 5th crystal star. Star power is 6, and Mario has a special move, Sweet Feast. That's basically essentially the same as Sweet Treat, only it has higher capacity for health and FP regeneration. So useful to have if you're running a high HP and FP build, but probably not going to be one of your frontline star power abilities. Cortez, Scourge of the Seas. Mario soundly defeated this fearful spirit and claimed the Crystal Star. Perhaps the peaceful citizens of the world no longer need fear Cortez and his fell ship. The only problem remaining is how Mario will escape this isolated island. And could there be another problem still, hiding beneath our hero's nose? Quite possibly. Well, let's go deal with that now, shall we? If you don't need anything else, away with you. Okay, and that's, yeah. Month, star. Day, circle, star. And then I heard something my ears could not believe. We had actually discovered the legendary treasure of the Pirate King Cortez. Unceremoniously hurled from the ship. Gotta find our way back to the rest of the crew, for one thing. I think I'm gonna need to Yoshi my way over here, because this looks too wide to jump. There we go. And just quickly top up our health and flower points. Because we got 471 coins, so we are not exactly wanting for money. And here we go. So Cortez is dead, and fortunately that battle caused the crack in the wall, which we see here. Well, now we know how we can destroy cracks in walls. Here you go, Bobs. Okie doke. And, yeah, out with your toads. And the piantas. Okay, so let's get the hell out of here. And we show up by Whacker's hiding spot. Just go give him a bonk for luck. That'll probably be the second and last Whacker bump that I grab. So we're now back to the mainland of Keelhaul Key. And if we head over here, yeah, we're back to Flabio and his Cockney sidekick. Have you found the treasure? How is our little expedition faring, What? The spirit of Cortez was guarding the treasure? Are you beaten but you left all the treasure there? Ah, what were you thinking? Were you trying to be nice? Oh, well, that's what I like about you, I guess. Could it be brother? I mean, they all look the same, not to be racist, but could be any of them. I came looking for you, brother. All the way to this island I came looking, but ghosts attacked us and our boat just sank, but I found you now. This is a weird bit of storytelling, because that toad never, I think, says anything before. Oh dear. Pardon me, guys, so obviously this is who we always suspected it was. Four Eyes is in fact Lord Crump, and he's going to shoot cannons at us until we're all dead, which seems like a good strategy that more supervillains in game should adopt. He was the mastermind in the shadows running this voyage. It hurts to be this good. So he wants the Crystal Star, and what will happen if we don't is explosive and high velocity. I'm not sure how the starboard cannons and the port cannons can shoot at us all at the same time. Aha, so Flavio's idea is that we can get Cortez to lend us his ship to destroy the X-Nauts. This is Cortez the pirate you're talking about here. Even if Mario did beat him, why'd he lend you his ship, huh? He'll cream you. Cream you. I may be a coward and a cad, but I still need you. I have a duty to protect you. We will be cannon fodder if we sit and wag our tongues. We must at least try, Cortez. I want to hear no complaints. I am your leader and I will negotiate with this Cortez. Now, Mario, take me to this pirate scum, this incident. Yes, alright then. Come along, Flavio. Is Flavio a human? I don't know if this is ever explored. I mean, he has all the relevant features, but he doesn't look like Mario either. Oh, what is it? Is it you again? Did you forget something? Cortez, I have to speak to you. Could you lend me your ship? What would possess me to lend you my ship? And who are you, anyway? My name is Flavio. We are in big trouble and we could really use your ship. We must protect our crew from bad pirates that are blasting us to bits. So we just need to borrow your ship for the teensiest little while. What are you talking about, muchacho? I do not rent this ship for pleasure cruises. And even if I would lend it to you, this ship is magical and I cannot move now. The key to powering this ship is the mystical skull gem. The skull gem? You mean this? You have the skull gem! Yes, I do, so, alright, what do you say to this proposition then? Take the gem handed down through generations of my family and lend us your ship. I think that is a pretty fair deal, do you not think, Cortez, old friend? Old friend? Your ancestors took that gem from me, you strutting peacock. You must be very brave or very, very foolish to ask such a thing of me. I should turn you into piñata and throw a party on the beach. Wait just a moment. Don't make me have Mario trounce you again. While he fights you, I will throw this stone into the sea where you will never find it. How would that be? You rattle my bones, Senor Peacock. Very well. I accept your bargain, amigo. Now be very careful with that gem. Check and mate, Flavio. I did not make my fortune by failing in negotiation, no. You can talk your way through any deal, I say. Now you take this. Now my precious black skull will sail the seas again. I was getting quite annoyed by the sound of cannons outside anyway. Now I can really stretch my bones and wreak havoc on the seas like in the old days. So, Mario, feel free to thank me any time for saving us all, but for now, we sail. Cheers, dude. Okay, so everyone's on board, and they're coming along too. It seems fair enough to me. Oi, I ain't letting old Flavio Fancy Pants hog the glory. Come on, Captain Stash. It's been a millennium since I gazed out upon the sea. Come to the open waters. And we'll bring the bubbles too. I got ammo to spare. How's that for boom bassa boom? You fire cannons here without my permission? You have nerve, mortal. And yeah, we're going full naval battle. I'm going to sink this ratty old ghost ship to the bottom of the ocean. Hear my voice, spirits. Take their ship and show them the meaning of fear. We've gone full Lord of the Rings here. Mario, my captain, it is now your turn again. Get over there and jewel that cad. Okay, it looks like Crump is our problem now. He's going to turn you guys into wee seeds. Wait, that's not right. I'll turn you into seaweed. Haha, enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to scan this guy again. Obviously, we scanned him before, but it's not quite the same. So, 30 HP, attack 3, defense 0. He's pretty easy. The X0 pile is where the problems lie, but they're easy enough to take down. So his attacks are not much of a problem at all, frankly. Particularly now that we've got full FP, so we can just multi-bonk him into oblivion. There we go, 11 damage out of that, very nice. And we'll go for a power bounce as well, just to complete the duology. There we go, 2/3 of his HP down in one turn. I call that pretty good. So what's his next trick? Oh, he's bringing in reinforcements, is he? Ah, this is always fun. Yep. Don't drop forks on me, that's not very nice. Still, very easy to super guard, so next turn we should be able to just take this guy out before they get another chance to fork us in the head. And a quick hammering to the skull should get rid of this guy for now. Well, so you'd have thought, but every boss seems to have the ability to heal now, so that's fun. So stage 2 begins. And, yeah, our first priority is going to be getting rid of these quite irritating X-Naut balls. Especially because that seems to give them the ability to attack twice in one turn, which I frankly resent. Right, 10 HP on this thing, should be easy enough to go down. There we go, all in one turn. So now he's as defenseless as before, and let the power bouncing continue. Fog. This is probably going to get irritating. Also, don't want to hit the poison shroom roulette. Oh, I don't know, fog can be alright when it makes the enemies miss. Okay, so he's bringing in more reinforcements. I think there's probably utility in just taking him down this turn. Right, 8 HP remaining. I don't want to get screwed by the fog, so I'm going to overkill here and use Art Attack. He's small, so he's very vulnerable to it. And there we go, nice and easy. He goes down. Might as well throw some fire at the X-Naut pool as well, just as a final insult. And with that, down the boss goes. Only 20 XP for that, so we don't quite get the level up, but we're well placed to get one in the next chapter. So he's lost again, and now he's got to think of some excuses for Grodus. And with that, we are finally back to normality. Well, I mean, apart from the fact we're on a pirate ship with a bunch of ghosts. So there we go, drop a save. And we find ourselves past chapter 5. That is the end, and we'll head into the next interstitial chapter. So back on board the X-Naut base, we'll just go through this, and then I will leave you there. You blew it again, Lord Crump. You sickened me. Look, I'm sorry. Seriously, we thought we had the guy cornered, but stop talking, Lord Crump. You just stand by until my next order. And Lord Crump, think of this as your last chance. Understand? Roger that. Then leave. Hey, you there. What is it, sir? Tell the Shadow Sirens to attack Mario again, and tell them not to fail this time. You got it, sir. These guys get a lot of operational freedom, don't they? I have 1 crystal star in my hands, and Mario has 5. I must take some measures. Tech called me in here again. I wonder what it is this time. Tech? Was that noise you? What's wrong? I must request that you do something a bit more dangerous this time. Dangerous? I would like you to sneak into Sir Grodus' room and look for a data disk. A data disk? Why would you need that? Although I can view all data on the network, I am unable to access the data of computers that are not linked to the network. Sir Grodus has information that even I am unable to view. But I must know it. I must know that information. But how will I get in there? Will I be disguised again? Not this time. No one other than Sir Grodus can enter his room. When Sir Grodus is elsewhere, there are guards outside the room that permit no entry. But there is a way. You will be fine if you act according to my instructions. I must tell you, I do not want to make you do such a dangerous thing. But now I have no one to ask but you. I don't mind, Tech, really. Ask me anything. Well then, first leave the room and take the elevator up, as you did earlier. Yep, so that will be what we get on with in the next episode. For now, though, that has been a quite long but quite achievement-filled episode of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for listening. I've been Robin, this has been Digital Wilds. If you want to help me grow the channel, you can always subscribe, and I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/digitalwilds. So thank you very much, and goodbye.